In 2013, we had planned to move to Kigali, Rwanda. Brad found a job over there with an American-owned company, and we were going to work there for 2 or 3 years, and then we were going to go off on our own and start our own social business. I quit my job to pack us up and move. We sold our house. We had our daughter enrolled in school, and 24 hours before we shipped our container overseas, the job fell through. At first, we didn't understand why. There were so many, God-sized open doors to get us to the place of moving, and to have it all just shut down in a split second was really jarring. And we had to spend a long time recovering financially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And my small group started nudging me. They're like, hey, Stephanie, you really want to do this thing to help women? Well, there's a lot of women who need help really close to home. And I still had this passion in my heart to empower marginalized women. Vickery Meadow is about a 3.5 square mile neighborhood in Dallas, and there are about 40,000 people who live in this area. Through proximity and exposure through the church, we started to kind of do different activities to serve in the neighborhood and meet people and meet needs in the neighborhood. And that's when I started to realize, oh, wait a second. Some of the people that I had planned on serving overseas, those same people groups are here living 5 minutes from me in the United States. What's fun about working with refugees is often they've had no exposure to Christianity or Christians or the Bible before they came to the United States. So some of them, especially if they're coming from more hostile Middle Eastern countries, Christian means Western, and that's all it means. And Christians are the enemy. And so we've been able to break down that misperception. There is a redemption and a dignity that comes with work, because the person who is working all of a sudden is no longer a charity case. They are risen to the level of equal. The reason we chose sewing as a skill is most of these women come to the United States with a lower level of education. So getting a job is extremely challenging. So you have to have a skill that you can teach by hand. I call them show me skills, because I can show someone how to sew without speaking a word of English.
Chinatowns started streets.
We also spend an hour every day doing personal development. We really focus on English classes, reading, typing in English on an English keyboard. So really we choose the skills that are really going to get them up and running for employability. Our goal when they leave is to set them up well for the future. So we help them make that next step, and we help them make a plan for what that process looks like for them to actually get to their end career goal. The greatest opportunities to talk about faith in this context is the holidays. Christmas is a great time. Easter is a great time. These ladies ask me harder questions than anything a seminary professor ever asked me. I mean, there have been times when I will have the whiteboard in here completely full of pictures about theology. I think the way that DTS prepared me the most for ministry is I learned to think critically. I learned to really evaluate life and culture in the world through the lens of theology and weed out all of the things that aren't true and be able to really handle life through the lens of a right theology. That's not something that shows up on a syllabus. It is, something that happens while your heart and your mind are being transformed in the years that you're there. It's really neat to get to live day in and day out. I get to be the hands and feet of Jesus for these women. They get to see what a Christian marriage looks like, and that I have a husband who loves me and supports me, and that we work in partnership together. And that's very countercultural for them. Every way that the Lord prepared me, every job that I've had, all of my education, to see that all come together and the Lord using that, to serve women is such a blessing.